So in a matter of weeks at this point, we'll be getting together with the handbag tribe in Paris. I didn't get around to catching up with them last year when they met up in New York, but we did meet in London, and I'm literally so excited to meet all of them again. So obviously when tons of luxury enthusiasts and handbag lovers get together in Paris, yes, we're gonna do some sightseeing, but for the most part, it's not the first time that any of us gets to Paris, I believe. So there might be some shopping in between, and there might be some pieces coming home with us. So let's talk about what I might be coming home with in this video. Let's go. Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. In case this is your first time watching one of my videos, hi, I'm Leslie. I'm so glad to have you here. On my channel I talk about all things luxury, in particular handbags, but I cover a wide range of topics. I film unboxings, reviews, I adore filming shopping vlogs, travel vlogs, all that good stuff. So if any of that sounds like a thing, I would love for you to consider subscribing to my channel. And before I ramble on any further, let's get into my Paris wish list, which if you've watched some of my videos before, you may be like, Leslie and wish list, does that like really work together? And you're not wrong on that. So a couple of years ago, I think the video before I got offered my Birkin 35, which, yeah, excellent timing, not. I think I filmed like a video talking about why I don't have a wish list. And I may have changed my mind a little bit. I did do like an update earlier this year, I believe. But still, the whole, like the general idea still remains. I actually work best in terms of like handbag purchases on I save up a little bit of money, or like a certain amount of money without having like a specific bag in mind. And once the bag comes around, I will know and I will purchase it. So I don't want to say impulse purchases per se, but like spontaneous purchases that weren't directed at a specific bag that I've been mulling over and like thinking about for months, with one exception being my Chanel Jumbo Classic Flap, because yeah, this was definitely a chunky investment even back when I purchased it, which 2019, yeah. At this point in time, this has more than doubled in price. Let's not talk about it. But yeah, this bag, also because I hadn't started my like big girl job yet at the time, this is definitely a bag that I had to work towards over quite a good amount of time. Let me put her back. So apart from my Jumbo Classic Flap, most of my handbag purchases, if not all of them, were like, okay, I do have a specific amount of money like ready to go essentially. Let's see what speaks to me. And historically, all of those purchases, like even my Ferragamo Studio bag, which, look at this bag, look at it. Like, if you were to look at my collection and you'd be like, yeah, let's see, assuming all of those bags were like impulse purchases, which out of these bags is she definitely regretting by now? Chances are you will go for this one, zero regrets. Yes, I did spot this in an outlet, heavily discounted after I purchased it. Yeah, I did buy it full price at the Ferragamo boutique. Did it hurt seeing it at an outlet at a massive discount? Yes. But factoring that out, zero regrets about this one. I adore this bag. So essentially, I think I just like work best on I don't know which bag I want to purchase. Let's just like get inspired kind of basis. But still, I do have some thoughts. So in case you catch me looking down, I do have some notes, starting with, I don't want to say big ticket item because I don't intend to purchase this specific thing. Okay, it's gonna make sense. So let's talk about Hermès. I've been to Paris a handful of times. I've never even like contemplated trying my luck in the lottery appointment kind of system. And realistically, I think most of the ladies, maybe not Nick because he isn't really into Hermès, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but most of the ladies are gonna try their luck for a leather appointment. And realistically, I mean, some of the hubbies are gonna tag along. Realistically, the hubbies will be forced to enter into the lottery system as well to potentially get a leather appointment at Hermès. I think for funsies, I'm just gonna try my luck. What will I do if I happen to get a leather appointment? I have no idea. I think like the chances of actually getting a leather appointment are so slim. And even if I got one, like if I got one, obviously I would go probably with someone who wants to tag along for like emotional support or something. Even if you get a leather appointment, obviously that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't guarantee you getting a quarter bag. And like colors are off the charts anyway. So if I were to get a leather appointment, I think I'm gonna go just like to get the experience essentially. And I don't know, what would I like ask for? Maybe like a Birkin 25, because the chances of getting a Birkin 25 are so slim that I essentially won't risk actually getting offered one, if that makes sense. Okay, don't show this to any Hermès enthusiasts and lovers and everything. I mean, I have a huge appreciation for Hermès. The history, the quality and everything. I do collect Hermès magazines, like vintage ones. I have Hermès magazines from the 70s and everything. I adore the brand itself. I maybe haven't found the right bag for me yet. Let's just say it like that. So maybe, I mean, who knows? Just like hypothetically, if I were to be offered a Birkin 25 in like a regular color, in black, for instance, black with gold hardware, I guess I'd take it. I mean, it would be stupid not to, right? On the other hand, it's a massive amount of money, so I don't know. I think I haven't thought as far, because the chances of getting a leather appointment, and even if I was to get one, to get offered a like solid color. I'm not one for bright colors apart from this one, but I feel like this is going to be like my only bright color bag. Apart from that, this is the amount of color I go for, like the Arctic Blue Celine Bell bag, which I adore, by the way. So black, grayish colors would work perfectly. I do own an etude bag already, so yeah, etude wouldn't be ideal. Gold, I'm not a fan of, honestly. Like, I know gold, like that kind of color, that's the MS gold essentially. I don't do well with browns and warm colors, so yeah, honestly, okay, doesn't make sense to like put too much thought into the whole MS thing, because realistically, I won't be able to get an appointment anyway. So that's just like out of the way. Jeez, this is gonna be a rambly video. I apologize. But yeah, so that was the MS thing out of the way. Not planning to purchase an MS bag, full stop, let alone a quarter bag. But if the MS like stars align for some weird reason, realistically, like if I was to get offered one, I might be coming home with an MS bag. Yeah, call me hypocritical, I don't care. Anyway, so while we're on the topic of bags, something a little more realistic, but at the same time, something that I'm also kind of conflicted on. I kind of want to buy a bag in Paris. But that's where my thinking stops, essentially. So, as I already explained, I don't do well with WISHLIST. I want to buy a bag. Also because my most recent couple of handbag purchases were pre-loved. So where is it? Where are you? Down here. My vintage Chanel medium classic flap. This was a pre-loved purchase. Before this one, before this one, I purchased my Celine Says in white, which is out of frame currently, but that was also pre-loved. So I kind of want to have a boutique experience again. From a pure financial perspective, the boutique experience isn't worth foregoing a massive amount of saving, but at the same time, I kind of want the boutique experience for a change. First world problems, like, yeah, don't even get me started. I fully appreciate if you're not into handbags, this might sound absolutely mental and you'd be like, oh my goodness, like people are dying. And you're talking about you want to purchase a bag, but you don't know which one, and you want to purchase like at a boutique only to be getting like a shopping bag and to be schlepping that around Paris in August heat. Are you kidding me? I fully appreciate, I sound probably to everyone that doesn't appreciate handbags, I may sound a little not well, but we get each other, right? Long story short, I think I want the boutique experience for a bag, but I don't know which bag. I've been thinking about Dior, but two issues-ish. Number one, is it a smart decision to like purchase a Dior bag while we're still in the like up in the air kind of phase where no one really knows where J.W. Anderson is going to take the brand? I don't know. Also, I actually did go on the Dior website, the French one, to see, yeah, the current stock and stuff. And honestly, I kind of felt uninspired. Either those bags were crazy expensive for what they are, which like in my mind, I have like a 3K threshold. I mean, not saying that I haven't spent more than 3K on a bag. Case in point, I think my vintage was also over 3K, and obviously my Birkin was way over 3K. So no stranger to purchasing a bag that costs over 3K, euros that is. But it's like a pain point threshold where I'm like, that bag has to be really special, and I have to think really long and hard about spending that amount of money on a bag. It used to be 2K. It used to be 2.5K at one point. Now we're at 3K of like my pain point threshold, because realistically, you're not able to find any like full size, like proper bag that's not a walk, but even walks for under 2K these days. So yeah, that's price increases and like inflation for you. But so I did go on the Dior website. Either they're crazy expensive or kind of like meh, which is so weird because I do love Dior. But maybe it's a sign of like, I've been collecting luxury bags for over 10 years, like 11 years at this point. Maybe me never in those like 11 years having purchased a Dior bag is a sign that I'm not a Dior girly. I don't know. I mean, realistically, we're going to go inside Dior, the Avenue Montaigne boutique, because we did book tickets for the Dior museum, like the La Galerie Dior, and it's basically adjacent to that. So maybe I'm going to get inspired again. It's like I want to buy a bag, I have the money for it, and then it's just like a matter of me stumbling across a bag that speaks to me. And once I see it, I will know, because that's been the case for all of my bags, essentially. So yeah. Dior-ish, maybe. I mean, there was a bag, but I think like based on what I was able to see or not see on the French Dior website, I don't think it's in production anymore, apart from like an East-West style, which I'm not a fan of. I mean, I did try it on last year a couple of times, actually. I love that. It's part of the 30 Montaigne line, but not like the square shape, like a rounded shape. I may, hopefully, still have like try-on footage, which I'm going to include over top. I did love that one. Also on the pricier side, but like it's not even available anymore apart from this like East-West tiny little one. And I think the back of the bag is like the oblique fabric as opposed to leather, which I'm also not that much of a fan of. I mean, it's on the back, but at the same time, like the bag is going to rub against your clothing. Another brand, again, just like a brand, although with that brand, I do have like one specific bag that I've been talking your ears off about for ages at this point. Moynat. Specifically the Moynat Gabrielle bag. Again, photos will be on the screen. That bag, but again, definitely way above the 3K threshold. By the way, I'd be super interested if you have like a similar approach to tiers of luxury spending, or like certain amounts where like, that hurts even more than paying like, I don't know, 2,900 feels less painful than spending 3,100 euros, if you know what I mean. So yeah, if you have like a threshold like that, I'd be super interested in that, because I feel like, yeah, everything above 3K is like, really painful. Also, if you may be able to tell if you've been watching my channel for a while, I have such a huge appreciation for travel. And if you're looking at a bag that costs like, let's say 4K, that's an insane vacation, or like a round trip that you'd be able to take. Okay, my China round trip, which granted was almost 3 weeks, that was definitely more than 4K, but it was so worth it. So yeah, once we get to a certain threshold, I'm like, that could be an insane vacation. Handbag vacation. I do have not a massive amount of handbags, but I do have a good amount of handbags. Do I need any more? Yeah, and 3K is kind of like that threshold where those kind of like back and forth thoughts and like, yeah, devil and angel on both of my shoulders bickering about gets a little more loud, as opposed to like a bag that costs 2,400, for instance. If that makes sense. So if you want to share, I'd be super interested to hear about that. But how did we end up here? Right, so Moynat Gabrielle, beautiful bag. Like, beautiful bag. But price. And I'm going to link, I think she's called Anis Susagonda. Hopefully I'm not butchering her name too much. She shared that Moynat is kind of like in an in-between weird transition phase currently, because their creative director, which I think he went to Joseph Duclos, if I'm not mistaken, he left last year, even the year prior maybe, and I think unless that's changed over the last couple of months, they still don't have like a new creative director, which isn't necessarily like a bad thing, but I think their creative director, don't quote me on his name, he was very adamant on using like having free range in terms of A, designs, and B, quality. He was very big on quality. And in that video that I mentioned, she said that there's evidence that the quality has been going down significantly, which is so sad. I mean, obviously, every single brand has quality issues. But yeah, it's just like a couple of factors that play into me being a little like, do I really want to spend that amount of money on a Moynat bag? Plus, they don't hold their value, which shouldn't be that much of a deciding factor in terms of like, do I want to purchase a bag or not? But it's like part of all of the aspects playing together. And realistically, I don't think I'd be purchasing a Moynat bag, but time permitting, I'm going to check out Moynat bag. Let me consult my notes. I think I have 2 more things that I wanted to talk about. So we do have, okay, it's currently a little in the air, but assuming it goes through and everything, we do have a Louis Vuitton VIP appointment. And we do have like a separate WhatsApp chat with one of the SAs at the Louis Vuitton Place Vendôme boutique. And all of the ladies have been sharing their like screenshots and lists of bags and like items, also like a lot of ready to wear, which I'm not into ready to wear, so that's off the cards anyway. But like bags and stuff, small leather goods, shoes and everything that they're interested in and they would like to be like ready for them to look at once we get to the VIP appointment. Again, assuming it goes through. And I feel like, honestly, like I feel kind of like an imposter because I think I'm the only person that hasn't shared any screenshots, any list of things that she's interested in. I love looking at Louis Vuitton. I love looking at all of the brands essentially. Like my shopping vlogs, I did like back when I started YouTube, I was like sit down videos exclusively. I'm not going to go outside and risk people noticing that I'm filming in public. Thankfully, that mindset has shifted significantly. I love filming shopping vlogs. I love showing you stuff that's new and out and about. And obviously, like, we all have different tastes, right? So obviously, I'm also going to show you things that I'm not interested in, but you may be interested in, or like just appreciating the art that goes into the creation of these beautiful handbags. So I do love going into Louis Vuitton, all of the other brands, and like filming shopping vlogs and stuff. I love the Louis Vuitton Place Vendôme boutique. I think every single time I did go to Paris, I did film a shopping vlog that at least included the Louis Vuitton Place Vendôme boutique. So yeah, for that reason alone, I'm so looking forward to going to that appointment. Again, it's not that I don't appreciate what Louis Vuitton does, but currently there's nothing really that interests me. Plus one big thing, and it's like across the board for all of the brands, apart from Moynat maybe because we don't have Moynat in Germany, Paris prices are my at-home prices. There's like no currency conversion that I can take advantage of, no VAT tax refund at all. It's like, I'm from Germany, we pay in euros, Paris pays in euros, the prices are the same. So there's like, from a pure financial perspective, obviously like I would love to get something to commemorate the trip, which we're going to get into in my last point, and then I'm going to let you go. There's no financial incentive essentially for me to be purchasing something. Let's just like take Louis Vuitton. Let's assume there was something that I'm interested at Louis Vuitton, which I'm sure there is, but like nothing that I feel like inclined to purchase currently. But let's assume there's something I'm planning to purchase. There's nothing like pulling me or like incentivizing me to wait until Paris to purchase it there from a pure like financial perspective, because I have the same price at my local boutique. So I think that's like also one of the reasons why, I mean, not all of the ladies and Nick that will be going on the Paris trip have filmed Paris wishlist to date, like at the point of me filming this video. But the ones that have like extensive wish lists, and it totally makes sense, especially for Lisa and Victoria, who are from the US. They're looking at insane savings, especially when it comes to Hermès, but generally. A, currency conversion. B, VAT refund. Obviously, they are way more incentivized to curb down their spending over the last couple of months to save up for Paris because they're looking at insane savings. That's not the case for me. Even like, okay, not to the same degree that the US folks are maybe looking at savings, but to some degree, all of the peeps from the UK, they're also looking at savings, comparing the price in pound to euro. And there I am, and I'm like, euro's my home currency? I'm not from France, duh, I'm from Germany, but we have the same currency. The prices are literally the same. There's no like financial incentives to be like, okay, I do have to purchase it now or never, essentially, because otherwise, like at the full price at home, I wouldn't be buying this certain item or something, because yeah, there's no urgency apart from the sentimental aspect, which is the last thing I want to talk about. We're looking at purchasing a friendship ring, essentially, like a ring to commemorate our trip. So There was one brand that Meredith suggested we get a ring from that I had never heard of before, but Victoria had, and she communicated with the brand because they don't have a boutique, they only have like a showroom in Paris. And but as it turns out, you folks from the US are gonna laugh so hard. That's like European summer and like vacation for you. The brand wasn't able to facilitate like an appointment in the entire month of August because they didn't have stuff in Paris in August. Honestly, I don't know. That's kind of wild to me and kind of unfortunate. So we're still like in the figuring out phase in terms of which brand we're gonna go for. Obviously, not everybody has to take the exact same ring. Maybe like Meredith, for instance, is more interested in platinum or like white gold. I'd be more interested in rose gold maybe, or like regular gold depending on the shade of gold. But yeah, the style should like ideally be the same. I don't know. But yeah, we're still figuring out which brand or which style we want to go for. But I do love the idea of getting a matching ring to commemorate this trip and be a sign of hopefully many more trips to come. So yeah, was this video helpful in any way in terms of you? I think it was helpful in a sense for me to get it off my chest essentially, and for you to maybe get a deeper understanding of where my mind is at when it comes to wish list and the Paris trip specifically, and also to cover my ass essentially. If, again, I don't foresee that happening, but if I was to come home with a Birkin, to not look like a complete hypocrite and sell out, considering that I've been fairly vocal about the fact that I don't really love my Birkin 35. So just said it here, and realistically most of you will understand. If I happen to be lucky to be getting an appointment and be offered a like plain, not in your face kind of color quarterback, and I only talked about the Birkin, maybe I'd say a Kelly as well, to give them some options in terms of what they can offer me. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't fully thought this through. So if I happen to be coming home with a bag, most of you will probably get it. Apologies for this rambly ass video, but I feel like it was like a therapy session for me to get it off of my chest and explain where I'm coming from. I do appreciate you sticking all the way until the end. If you did, leave a baguette emoji in the comments for Paris, which unfortunately I won't be able to have a baguette because I'm celiac, but I did map out a couple of celiac friendly or like 100% gluten-free bakeries. There's one called Copain. It's like a chain. They have multiple locations. They are excellent. So maybe I'm gonna get a baguette after all. But anyway, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'm gonna catch you in one of my next videos. Bye.